Hey there everybody, my name is Keno and welcome back to our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode series. Now, in the last episode we had quite a good draft and we brought on some definitely key players for our future. I think that draft was a little underrated in terms of what we brought in. As far as skaters, we brought in Tim Almgren, Yuri Lasilla, Pedersen I'm not too sure about yet. We also made a trade with the Chicago Blackhawks and picked up Alex Vlasic and Mike Hardman. But the key piece from last episode's draft was Seth Shelley. Now, I don't know yet if he's a medium elite. We won't know until he's played. But a depth forward already, 116 points in 67 games last season with USA Hockey, 47 of them goals, almost 300 shots on net. This guy's looking like a beast. Now, they won't show me his defensive metrics, no, unfortunately. But we'll have to get a taste of what he can do this season. He also had a 51% in the faceoffs. He's looking like a stud, and I'm definitely putting him in the lineup this season. At 16th overall, that's a pretty good steal. We're probably going to give him a 9-10 game trial just to see how he does. I mean, the defensive category isn't exactly where I want it to be, and neither is that offensive awareness or the puck skills. But that shot category and the skating category do slightly make up for it. I'm excited to see what he has as far as potential. And then goaltenders, we did pick up our goaltender of the future, Emil Vinny. Now, I don't know if he's actually a medium elite. He does have the confirmed butterfly effect zone ability. He looks like he's going to be a stud. In 38 games with the Swedish, or no, he was in the Liga last season, sorry. In 38 games with the IFK of Liga, he had 17 wins, 14 losses, 2 overtime losses, 7 shutouts. Wow, I didn't notice that before. 7 shutouts, a 906 save percentage with a 284 goals against average. Those are monster stats for an 18-year-old. So I'm excited to see what he can do in the future. Let's also not forget that we do have Primo. He's 24 years old, low starter. He's probably going to jump up to a backup role next season. So I could give him an option. We have Jacob Fowler. Why do I think it was Josh Fowler? We have Jacob Fowler as well, who's a pretty big goalie. And then we have the likes of Montembeault, Allen, and Halak. Now, Halak came in at the end of last season, only played 8 games, 5 wins, 3 losses, 9-12, and 2.90 goals against average. That's what I needed from him. Even in the minors, he was doing very steady. I think he would be somebody I'd keep, even considering that he's 39 years old. I think he'd be one that I keep because he's got that confirmed ability. Montembeault last season, not the same situation. 6 wins, 7 losses, 3 overtime losses. He had a shutout, but it was just a rocky game every time we put him in net. Now, I hope this season I do have some plans for free agency and possibly trades that will bump up our defensive core, and maybe he'll play better behind a stronger defense, because we can't deny that last season playing behind our best defensemen being Matheson and Savard, I personally think our best defenseman was Caden Gooley, but playing behind veterans like Matheson, Savard, and a whole bunch of rookies, it might have had some hiccups and led to his performance issues. But then again, at the same time, Jake Allen, who is rated almost the exact same, played 60 games, 32 wins, 3 shutouts, and a 904 save percentage. It's hard to say where everything went wrong from Montembeault, but we're going to hope that maybe he can rebound. We have to move out one of these goalies because there is a goalie in free agency that may not be great, but he absolutely needs to join the Montreal Canadiens, and that is Marc-Andre Fleury. Yes, there's Ilya Samsonov, Pavel Francouz. He's even listed as a starter, so he might have had an insane season last season. Not really. 19 wins, 30 games played, 902 save percentage, 2 shutouts. That's decent, but for a 34-year-old, we already have our veteran. I know that he's 39. I know that it's kind of contradictory. 16 wins in 41 games last season, 895 save percentage. It's not looking good for the veteran goalie. But Marc-Andre Fleury is still listed as a starting goalie. He could give us that edge in net that we need. Now, the Blue Jackets are already after him. I want him to retire as a Montreal Canadian. I'll be flat out honest. Even if we're not a good team by the trade deadline and he has stupid trade value because he's had like 50 shutouts in 50 games or something like that, I'm not going to trade him. He needs to retire as a Montreal Canadian. The ideal thing would be for him to retire as a Pittsburgh Penguin, but he has to retire as a Montreal Canadian. So we're going to offer him 1 year at $3.25 million. Now, I know that seems a little absorbent, and it kind of takes us out of the market, definitely of a player like Elias Lindholm. But I don't think we were in the market for Elias Lindholm anyways. Yes, he looks great. He's got great stats. Even if you look all the way to the right at his defensive metrics, 152 takeaways compared to 51 giveaways. I would love that on my team. But let's just think about it. Before you all like shoot me up in the comments and go like, hey, you're an idiot, you should go after Elias Lindholm, like balls to the wall or whatever. Think about it. On the right side, we already have Cole Caulfield as our top line right winger. We already have Joshua Waugh coming up, who is listed as a right winger. We have Brandon Gallagher, who had 32 goals this season, and we have Josh Anderson even. It doesn't make sense to bring in another right winger. And yes, he's listed as a center, first of all. That's fine. Let's look down the center core of our team. We have Nick Suzuki at first, and Kirby Dach at second. Elias Lindholm at third line center? Not going to make sense. It's just not going to make sense. If I'm going to target a forward, it might be someone along the lines of Jonathan Marchessault, or probably further down. Now, Sam Reinhart is available, and I did mention in the last video, not very keen on bringing him in, especially considering how bad he did in our Butte Bandit series, and the fact that we had to trade him out. And well, no spoilers. No, never mind. I didn't say anything, but he's very cheap. He's still listed as second line forward. He still has a great defensive category. But it's, again, that same thing that I don't want to bring in a right winger or a center when I don't need one. I think if we take a look actually at our forward core, you'll be surprised to see that we don't really have a spot available for a game-breaking forward. Now we have Suzuki, we have Caulfield, and Newhook. That was our first line last season, and when you look at their stats, they deserve to be the first line again next season. 62 points in his first season with the Canadiens for Newhook, 39 goals and 77 points for Caulfield in his first season, and then Nick Suzuki with 81 points in 82 games. That top line, yes, we could possibly add a better scoring left winger and move Newhook to the second line, but I would hate for Newhook to drop off a cliff. It's not like we're paying him a lot of money, but you get what I mean. And then past that, we have Kirby Dach. Brendan Gallagher, he's listed as a second line forward after a 32 goal season, so there's no doubt that he's not an 81 overall anymore, even though it says he is. Jake Evans is definitely on the fourth line, maybe third line. Now Monahan is an interesting one because he could move out. I don't necessarily want to play him on the fourth line unless I play him in the minors as that veteran like center. I'm not sure. Harvey Pinard had a decent season with us, 35 points. Nothing like the 20 and 34 that he had in real life last season, but you know what? I still think he did pretty good, and even his defensive metrics weren't that bad. He was pretty even on giveaways and takeaways, off by 12. So he's definitely someone to keep in. Dvorak is another person that might move out. He had a decent season. Listed as a third line checking forward, though. I'm not too sure. We could keep him, but I mean, he's worth $4.45 million on the last year of his deal. If we move him out, we could free up some cap and still get some big players. But past that, we have Slavkovsky, who's getting in the lineup this season. There's no doubt Slavkovsky is going to be in the top 6, maybe the middle 6, but probably the top 6. And then Joshua Waugh, Sean Farrell. I feel like Sean Farrell could be higher rated. I also feel like, honestly, I saw a comment, Lane Hudson wasn't high enough rated, and I agree with that. I definitely agree that he could be higher potential, at least medium elite, given how good he's doing. But I still think he's going to develop into a top pairing defenseman with us, no doubt. If we focus on him this year in the minors and then get him ice time when we can in the NHL, he will break out. But back to the forwards, I don't see a major need to bring someone in, especially if it's going to bump down Sean Farrell or Joshua Waugh. Nathan Laguerre, I'm not going to be too upset if he doesn't make it into the NHL. Not really a big deal. Pizzetta, again, he's more of a fourth liner. Yolonen, I would love to get some ice time for. I mean, in the AHL last season, he did pretty damn good. Even his defensive categories, look at that. 49 takeaways compared to 25 giveaways, 31 hits in 54 games, 40 points. Ooh. See, right there. That's why pick up someone in free agency when we have a player who could be game-breaking right there. There are definitely options for us at forward. Defense, on the other hand, is a different story. Yes, there's a lot of depth. We definitely have to account for the fact that Matheson's going to be with the team. Gooley, it's probably going to be Gooley and Matheson on the top line again. Arbor Jacki is going to take a bigger role. Reinbacker's coming up. Barron's coming up because he also had a great season with 40 points in 72 games last season. That leaves players like Savard, Lindstrom on the outs. Same with Baudin. I would love to get Baudin up into the NHL. He did actually pretty decently with us when he did come up, 4 points, 15 games, but that +7 is pretty good. I didn't like his defensive metrics though. 21 giveaways compared to 2 takeaways. Not what I like to see. In the AHL, he did very good, almost even, which for defenders is not usual. It's very unusual. Defenders usually do give the puck away up. They give up the puck a lot more than forwards do, but he almost had an even giveaway takeaway ratio. So he's definitely an option. Kovacevic, I think, is just a destined AHLer or depth defender. Hudson is going to be in the AHL. Struble is going to be in the AHL. Harris did pretty good for us. I think if we give him more ice time, he could blow up. And he might get more ice time depending on the injuries. But there's definitely there's one defender in free agency that I'm going to offer the money to. And he is a top 4 defender. And I'll show you in a minute what my plans are for this free agency. Now, I will quickly say, I already gave a coaching contracts out. I didn't do any scouts because there aren't really any available aside from Jack Johnson. And I could sign him for the memes. I just don't see the need to. When it comes to scouts, the good ones are usually available after the year 2 draft. In the free agency period after year 2, that's when the good scouts become available. I offer 2 A goalies or 2 A coaches contracts. So hopefully we can bring them in. But I will say that I did record this video already once. And I went down the rabbit hole because some things fell through with free agent signings, and I ended up signing some pretty big players, and it just didn't feel right to me because it ended up knocking down some players into the minors. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going to offer one of these 3 players here technically a contract. I don't think I will, but if their prices drop, I don't see it as a far off possibility to offer a contract, especially to Marchessault. I don't think we're in the market for Lindholm. I will just emphatically say I don't think we're in the market for Lindholm. I don't want to push Kirby Dach down to the 4th line or 3rd line. I just don't, especially with how good of a season he had. But when it comes to goalies, I'm still in on Marc-Andre Fleury, and we're gonna offer him his contract right now. 1 year. I really want him, but I don't want to price myself out of other players. So we're gonna do 1 year, $3.25 million. Hopefully he takes that. If he doesn't, I don't know what I'm gonna think. I really don't know what I'm gonna think. As for defenders, now there are some available. There is Matt Dumba. There's Chris Tanev. I'm not big on Chris Tanev. In real life, I wouldn't I think he's a great defender. In this game, I think he's a great defender. But he's 34. He's asking for 2 years. I could probably get him down to 1 year. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it. Matt Dumba, again, he had 34 points last season. He was a -20. He was playing for the Arizona Coyotes for a bit, and then the Winnipeg Jets. It just doesn't seem like the biggest need right there. Not that I don't like Matt Dumba, I just don't think he's the fit. It actually comes down to Matt Grzelcyk and Gustav Forsling. Now, Grzelcyk's 30, he's asking for 4 years, $5.25 million. He had 33 points this season and a -4 on a pretty okay Boston Bruins team. 125 blocks, 60 giveaways, 37 takeaways. Again, defensemen will tend to give the puck up more than take it away. Those are still decent stats playing 21 minutes a night, but that's not... I love Matt Grzelcyk. Bruins fans, sorry, hit the mic. Bruins fans, I know you guys would lose your mind if I signed him. That doesn't peeve me too much. I'm a Leaf fan, but I don't think he's the fit for the team. I think it does fall to Gustav Forsling. Now, he didn't have as many points, only 23 points, plus 17, 158 shots on net. He's definitely a dynamic defender. He's 2 years younger, but the big thing was that he logged 25 minutes of ice a night and had pretty even giveaway to takeaway ratios. Like, for a defender, those aren't too bad. 60 hits, 110 blocks, and he's asking for a little less on the same term. I think it will be Gustav Forsling that gets the contract. Now, I know he's kind of... They're saying that he's possibly an offensive defenseman, but if you look at those stats, especially the attributes, 92 offensive awareness, 92 passing and puck control, 93 stick checking, 89 defensive category. His skating, he's got 90 speed and 89 agility, 88 aggressiveness. If we give him the same ice time under our coaching staff, he might explode this season. Now, I probably won't be giving him top pairing. I do want to go back to Gooley and Matheson. But if Gooley or Matheson struggle, this is the guy you want to be there to go, hey, I can bail you out. So I could give him 5 years and line him up with Caulfield or Suzuki. I give him 6 years, line him up with Caulfield. I might be backwards on that. But I'm going to give him just 3 years at 5. And I'm going to go over a bit. I'm going to give him 3 years at 5.75 million. Now, I know that locks him in for us pretty much. I don't see another team offering him that much. We are going under his term, though, so maybe he might not like that. But I think this is the player that we offer the money to. Fleury and Forsling are going to be the two big additions to this team. And I don't know if it's the best idea. The reason why I'm giving him 3 years is because Hudson's probably going to be ready either next year or the year after that. And I don't want somebody holding him up for too long. Next year, we're probably going to move out Matheson. This year, we are going to move out a defender for sure, just to free up a spot. As far as depth defenders, I don't think we need that many. Definitely not any more role players. I like Simon Benoit. That's no doubt. I don't know if he's worth it. Jacob Bryson, again, I do like him. I like his stats. Not really worth it. Maybe Myers on a 1-year deal because his individual attributes look too good. Look just too good. I pumped him up because I like to. Shoot me, kill me. I don't care. But even his stats: 35 takeaways, 58 giveaways, 92 hits, 95 blocks, and 19 minutes of ice a night. So he is going to be playing on that third pair for us if we sign him. But I think we have too much depth to bring in another like role player, if you know what I mean. I think we're looking down here at depth. There's Blankenberg. We could bring back Chris Weidman. He didn't do too bad for us before we sent him out the door to the Flyers. And then he didn't do too bad with the Flyers. So we could definitely bring back Weidman, but he's asking for quite a bit. I'd rather not give out more than $1.5 million. And that means we're looking at like Jacob McDonald, Jake Bean. That's interesting. I wouldn't mind giving Jake Bean, what would you want for 1 year? 1 year, 1.35. That could be a good contract, actually. There's Riley Stillman, Marcus Bjork. Okay. Stillman, yeah, he's got good defensive, good aggressive. There's definitely options here. Victor Mete back to the Canadiens. Kale Clegg. There's a lot of options. But when it comes to forwards, again, I said I didn't really want to sign a game-breaking forward. I don't think we need to sign anybody really for forwards, but I do want to bring in at least one player, even if it's just like a short-term contract. Originally, I was looking at Stamkos, but something about bringing Stamkos to the Montreal Canadiens just doesn't sit right with me. He's a Tampa Bay Lightning. I know that they didn't offer him a contract, and it actually in real life looks like he might trend away from Lightning. 35 goals, 87 points in 82 games. Definitely a stud. 266 shots on net, 106 takeaways. That's a cheaper version of what we were looking for in Elias Lindholm. But again, center right wing. Where do I put him unless I'm putting Doc on the right-hand side or bumping someone down? It doesn't make sense. Marchessault and Tarasenko stick out to me. I will be honest with that. Tarasenko, I can see him being a Canadian. 65 points in 66 games. Great offensive category. Great speed. Great shot. Great puck skills. Okay defense. He's got great stick checking. He could really be a good asset to us. There's definitely a possibility of that, but I don't want to pay him that price. And not that term either. I know we just gave Forsling that term, but for him, it's a different story. So I'm not too sure about that. We have 4 more spots to offer contracts for. I'm going to see if there's any like prospects available just quickly. Nick Camano. I would love to add Nick Camano. 2 years, 850,000. That seems pretty good. He's an aggressive fourth liner for us. Barry Boulet. Let's bring him in. 2 years, 950. That's fine by me. What else we got here? Maybe one more. Hutsko, Bjork. Not really losing my mind at anyone else here, if I'm being completely honest. We sort by role. Oh, Damiani. Damiani does stick out. But he's not well enough rounded, if I'm being honest. I love Damiani, not well enough rounded. For defense, let's quickly sort by what they're asking. Konishkov is one of ours. He must have fallen. I must not have offered. Oh, he's probably going to go to the Flyers, honestly. We are going to give Havlet a contract, though. And then we're going to go back to forwards. I forgot we sorted by sort of by how much they're asking for, because that's the best way if you have Fog of War on. And there, Cam Lund is available. We let go Roar. You can bring in Cam Lund. I don't see a problem with that. Let's see. Give him a contract, and we're gonna have Washington, Arizona, Florida are also after him. We're gonna have to move out some contracts, and you know what? It's fine. It's after 1 year. It's kind of us deconstructing the team and bringing in what we want. You know what I mean? Let me turn down that volume a bit. So here we go. I just brought in Hardman and Vlasic, and that's also, I think Vlasic might jump up next year as well. Kondata is gonna go. We are gonna move out Dvorak, and then the final piece that I was looking to move out is David Savard. Now, he did well for us, but again, the defensive depth is going to be too high. He's got good stats. Wait, why does he have a 69 in body checking? That's a terrible attribute. We're going to get him out the door. What's the team that wants all three? The Sabres want all three. Don't really want to move him. Oh, the Flames want all three. The Flames want 2 of the 3. Nobody wants all 3. I don't really want to move him out for any roster space. So let's go to the Flames for 3rd and a 6th. I think I can get more for that. I think if I throw in an extra low round pick from maybe next year's draft, so like the 6th, 7th from next year's draft, I think that'll get through. So Kondata, Dvorak, Savard, and a 7th to the Flames for a 2nd rounder in next year's draft and a 6th rounder next year's draft. Does that go through? No. It's probably going to be a 5th from next year's draft. And I don't have a problem with that. We're going to throw out the 5th from next year's draft. So Kondata, Dvorak, Savard, and a 5th for a 2nd and a 6th from the Flames. Ooh, doesn't stand out to them. So we're going to take out that 6th and just see if maybe just for the 2nd. Okay. They're saying stuff to me, but I'm not listening. So we're going to throw in the 7th again. That'll get it done for sure. There we go. So Savard and Dvorak, time was kind of well spent with us, but it was time to move on, move up that cap space. That's an extra, I think, like $7-8 million in cap space for us right there. We're just below the salary cap line, but with the contracts we've offered out, we'll bump right back above it. We also freed up 3 roster spots, so that's just perfect. Again, I don't see us giving a contract to one of the big guys here. I don't see us offering Tarasenko with his price currently. Maybe Marchessault that price. We currently have 20 million in cap space, so that did free up like 7 million in cap. Duclair would be a great option. I know that he can score and put up good points. 9 points in 20 games with the Rangers, 48 and 62 with the Sharks. That's pretty good. I would only be bringing in 1 forward if I brought in anybody. But I want it to be more of a game breaker, and that'd be Marchessault, Tarasenko, or even Lindholm. We're going to wait it out. We have 1 more trade, I think, to make. But we're going to wait it out here, and we're going to go to see if Forsling and Fleury join the Montreal Canadiens. Oh, no. Yes and no. I like Yurov. I don't want Mailloux on this team. Matheson and Evans for Yurov and Mailloux. Oh, that would give us a space to add another defender. And I mean, let's look at this. Let's see if there's anyone aside from Mailloux that they're willing to give up, or even just a pick. What are you looking to shop? Okay, so you are looking to shop. What's Yurov at? Is he not a high top 4? He's listed as possible medium bottom 6. Huh. Is Carson Lambeau? He could be good. Height. Weber. There's also like Liam Ogren. He could be good. I'm too afraid of what Yurov could be, so I'm gonna let this one slide. I wouldn't mind possibly moving up Matheson, but we'll have to see. Quickly gonna give another coach a contract. I know exactly who I have in mind. It's gonna be Earl Clifford. Right? Is that the guy? Yep, Earl Clifford. He is gonna get over $8 million over our budget. That's fine. In the if you don't turn an owner mode on, you can go as far over the budget as you'd like to. So we're going to give him assistant coach because that's the only space I have available, and I don't really want to get rid of our coach because if we look at our coach, Brody Conley, we have to take into account that he has A+ offense, A+ defense, A in penalty kill, or A- in penalty kill, A- in power play, A- teaching, A- in coach influence. Those are all great stats, and then you look at what he did for us. You can't deny that our roster was in shambles to start our franchise mode series, and he still pulled 42 wins out of them. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. So there's no doubt he's getting the coaching job, at least for the next season or possibly more. Now, let's see. I don't know if this is when they'll sign, but this is when some of the players will start signing, not the big guys. So Barry Bleuet accepts, Kamano accepts, Lund goes to the Anaheim Ducks, Havlid goes to the Vegas Golden Knights, Konushkov goes to the Philadelphia Flyers. Rough. That sucks. Let's go. This will be the one. Will Gustav Forsling and Marc-Andre Fleury sign with the Habs? Let's see. Forsling signs. Your cash offer was most generous. It really was quite easy to make up my mind about your offer. And Fleury signs. Oh, that brings me so much joy. And your cash offer was most generous. It really was quite easy to make up my mind about your offer. Thank God. So we do have a starting goaltender now, plus goaltending depth. So if he does struggle, we have options, including the other 39-year-old on the team, Yaroslav Halak. And then we bring in a top defender, in my opinion, like somebody who's gonna solidify our defensive core for the next little bit. Now he's probably, oh, he's right here. Okay, look at that already. Yeah, that's looking good. It's looking good to see him in a Habs jersey. Okay, so then our defense for next season will be like Forsling, Matheson, Reinbacher, Gouli, Jackeye, Barron. That's going to be our 6. And then we'll have either Harris, Lindstrom, or Bodan as the depth. Maybe we move it. Lindstrom did really well for us. 28 points last season, plus 10. Like, we definitely could have kept him, but he did give the puck up a lot. And I don't like defenders who give the puck up a lot. Especially if they're not taking the puck away. He had under 20. See, Jackeye, he's got to stay in a third pairing role. I love Jackeye. He's got to stay with the team. But still, we got to be concerned about those turnovers. Gouli, I think he also had some pretty good turnovers. Yeah, 85 giveaways. So maybe 25 minutes. That was his first season, though, technically with us. But maybe 25 minutes a night isn't the best idea. Reinbacher, let's see how he did in the minors, if they'll tell me. 150 hits, 105 blocks, 56 giveaways, 37. He's going to be a stud. He's going to be such a stud. And then maybe even if, what's his face? Hudson jumps enough? Where's Hudson? There he is. If Hudson jumps enough, his offensive skills, his skating, and his puck skills are good enough to put him in the NHL right now. So maybe he'll get a taste of the regular season action this season. We'll have to see how it goes. Now let's see what's available in free agency, because we still have money to spend. We have 13.7 million, and Lindholm is still on the board. And not only is he still on the board, he's dropped over $1 million in price. That does change a lot. I don't want to lowball him, but I don't want to offer him that much. I would rather give him 5 years. He could be a okay, hold on a second. Let me think about this through. Because I know I said we don't need him. But his price just dropped $1 million plus dollars. So let's think about it. Let's think about it quickly. All of us together. Newhook, Caulfield, Suzuki on that top line. Perfect. Okay. Second line. Okay. Now, we don't have a second line left winger. That's where I originally thought of bringing in a Marchessault or Tarasenko to do like Tarasenko or Marchessault with Dak and Gallagher. There is Harvey Pinard, there is Slavkovsky, and I did say we could get Slavkovsky in the top 6. But if he doesn't pan out, do you know how bad of a failure that would be? Oh, okay. I think I'm thinking about it. I'm formulating it in my mind. I think we offer Elias Lindholm a contract. What do you guys think? Do you think we offer Elias? This has already been a long video. I could end it here and you guys tell me, do we give Lindholm a contract? I'm not sure what to do here. I'm not sure. No, I'm not going to end it here. I'm not going to leave it. I want to get to the beginning of the season. Let's see what Marchessault wants for like a 1-year contract. He wants $9 million. I don't know how long he'll be available for. Oh, guys, this might be dumb, but I'm going to wait a few days. I'm going to slow sim it day by day. We'll go keep checking each day to see if maybe his price drops more. So, how is the assistant coach is already filled? Okay, hold on. I thought I had associate coach filled. No, I have assistant coach filled. Oh, stupid. All right, we're going to give Clifford, hey, buddy, you're going to sign with our team because I'm going to make you sign with our team because I need really good coaches. I think Conley is our definite head coach. But we'll see. I'm going to sim one more day, and we're going to go back and see if anybody's offered him a contract. Let's see. He might even already be gone. No, he's still there, and his price went down $50,000. Marchessault has somebody in on him now. So you see, it wouldn't work out because I don't want to pay Marchessault. Oh, his price did drop though. I could lowball him. I could go like, hey, do you want 1 year, $8.5 million? Let's see what his stats were like again. 73.79 games. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I do think so. I'm not going to go too absorbent. 5 years, 9.25 for Elias Lindholm. You guys can shoot me in the comments. You can say, oh, you just pushed this guy down in the lineup. I will make it work. I will make it work. Lindholm will be perfect for us. I'm completely flipping on what I started this video saying. But I think Lindholm will be perfect. Oh, but what about Waugh and Farrell? They could jump up and be ready for the NHL next season. I don't know. I just don't know. I think... Well, we were going to bring back Tanner Pearson. Now he's about to make $6 million. Stamkos is still available. Tarasenko, are you dropping your price at all? I would like a lefty. We have so many righties. I would like a left forward. I'll lowball. I'm going to low the hell ball. You know what? 1 year, $8 million for Tarasenko. Does that seem fair? Does that seem fair? Guys, I'm at a loss right now. I'm at a complete loss. We're going to sim another 2 days here. We're going to go to the 10th. So Clifford accepts. Swayman. Oh. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Matheson, a third rounder 2 years from now, and Sean Monahan to the Boston Bruins for Jeremy Swayman, a third rounder next year, and a third rounder the year after that. So it's pretty much Matheson and Monahan for Swayman and a third. Does that make sense to anybody? That would take up all the cap that we'd be giving to Lindholm or Tarasenko or Marchessault. But it would bring in our starting gold. I'm staying away. You guys vilify me in the comments. Tell me how stupid I am in the comments, but I'm not taking that trade. I think you'll understand. Oh, now they've lowered the price. Yeah, no, I'm not taking that now. Let's see. Does Lindholm have a contract offer for him, or is he just straight up? He's got a contract offer. So does Marchessault. Tarasenko doesn't. I don't think we're getting Lindholm, and I don't think we're getting Marchessault. Let's see. Minnesota's offering Lindholm a contract. Nashville's still offering Marchessault a contract. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let fate decide. One of these three players will be a Montreal Canadian. We're going to give Marchessault 1 year, $8 million. We're going to give Tarasenko 1 year, $8 million. And we're going to give Lindholm, not 1 year, $8 million, because that doesn't make sense for him. He's younger and he fits the mold better. We're going to give him 5 years, $9 million. $8.75 million. We're going to lowball every single one of them. Whoever takes the contract is a Montreal Canadian. If none of them take the contract, it's fate telling us we don't need them. I know that seems stupid, but sometimes these veterans, especially when it goes further into free agency, they take offers that get handed to them, even if they're really low. Really, I remember I signed a veteran, Jack Eichel, for $3 million under what he was asking because he didn't get a contract. So let's see. Marchessault immediately signs. I like the idea that I'm your go-to man. He took such a low ball. That's it. Oh, and now a monster trade from the Vegas Golden Knights. They apparently think, the AI apparently think we need a goaltender. Matthias Havlat, who we missed out on, Aiden Hill, a second rounder this year, and a second rounder the year after, for Mike Matheson, Jake Evans, a third round pick, and Sean Monahan. They really want Matheson out the door. I don't want to move out Jake Evans too big. I kind of want that depth forward. Monahan, I'm a little more okay with moving out. Matheson, 44 points last season. No, I'm going to leave a hole in the defense if I do that. And I want to go for a cup this year. And obviously, we're not going to get Tarasenko and Lindholm now. A third, Monahan, and a sixth for Benning, and a fourth. I am taking that. Mikey Benning, welcome to the Montreal Canadiens. I'd actually... Oh, so Lindholm would have signed with us, but he said we didn't have the money. Okay, and now Tarasenko does not sign. A third and a sixth for Evers. Oh, Anderson. I didn't see he was part of that. Okay. And then Tarasenko feels a little upset. So, but I don't think we need to go out and bring in. Oh, but look at him now asking for that little. Okay, what's Tarasenko? We have 7.65 million. I think Tarasenko would take 7.5. I think, oh, Stamkos is still here looking for less than before. I cannot offer him a contract. I can't. It doesn't feel right. And then Lindholm, 5 years, 7.5 million. If we don't get him, he goes to the Vancouver Canucks. I don't think we need him. I think we are good now. We brought in Jonathan Marchessault. We brought in Gustav Forsling. We brought in Marc-Andre Fleury. Anyone else here, UFA-wise, on the forward front that we could utilize? Because it looked... Oh, Beauvillier is still here. Connor Brown. Steen, Greer. Yeah, there's still some good... Oh, Brett Murray. I don't mind Brett Murray. He had 36 goals in the AHL last season. That's pretty damn good, and especially when you look at that shot category. Murray could be good as like a depth call-up, but I think we're good. I think we just need depth defenders. Gustafson's available, like Hakanpää, Benoit, and Bryson are still asking a little too much. We're going to go till August and just see who's available then. That's honestly what I think we're going to do here. And then we'll jump to the beginning of the season. Okay, a trade offer from the Minnesota Wild. Mike Matheson in a fourth for Danila Yurov in a second. There's still players available in free agency. Yurov, if he is still what he's supposed to be, which I believe is a high top 6 forward, that's a steal. That could be insane. Danila Yurov from Mike Matheson. I don't know if you guys are saying like, no, keep Matheson, we love him, or it's like, get him out the door, Yurov's a stud. I don't know what you guys are thinking. I mean, that second looks good. I think we have to wait till the season starts to know exactly what's going on. Hanzik in a third for Evans, a fourth and a fifth, no. 2 seconds for Matheson in a fourth, no. Let's quickly just get to the beginning. This is going to be a marathon video. I should have said at the beginning to get your popcorn ready. I forgot to. Sorry about that. It's now August 5th. Who's available? Who went where? Lindholm is still available. Tarasenko is still available. We have 7.65 million in cap space. It would be stupid if I didn't just... It says 7... Is it because that's what he just wants 7 point... 1 year, 7.5 million. Guys, freak out if you want. Freak out if you want. I'm going exactly against what I said I was going to do. But Lindholm for 1 year would be freaking stupidly good. Even Tarasenko for 1 year. 7.5, 7.25? No, let's lowball him again. 1 year, 6.25 million. I think I want Tarasenko over Lindholm at this point. What do you have for defensive metrics? Oh, this is a marathon video. I think it's Tarasenko. Again, I need lefties more than I need righties. 1 year, 6.25. He's probably going to go to St. Louis or Chicago. Let's do it again. Let's let fate decide. 1 year, 6.25 for Tarasenko, and 1 year, 6.25 for Lindholm, since now they're both asking for the same term. Now, St. Louis and Chicago are both in on both of them. San Jose might get one of them. Might get Lindholm here. And then William Carrier is also available. So, you know what? Let's throw him a little bit of money. I think that's fair. JVR is available. Edler's available. Blay is available. Blay might be nice as a fourth liner. I'm going to quickly do something to finish off the trading of this episode, and that will be to free up a little bit of cap. And you know who I'm going to do. I'm going to shop Anderson and one of our plethora of second round picks, probably the Colorado one, and see what we can get. And everyone just wants to give up cap. Okay. How about a third? Will that give up? Okay. Okay. This seems like the one we do, because there's some trickery in my mind here. We're giving up a third. We're getting a third back in the next draft, and we're giving up Josh Anderson. I don't think Josh Anderson's going to do anything for us. I don't think he's even going to make it into the lineup. He's gone, and this might benefit us and take the St. Louis Blues out of the running for both Lindholm and Tarasenko. So let's see. One day, Carrier signs. Okay, good. Next day, oh, it's getting tense. Elias Lindholm goes to the Chicago Blackhawks. You have not offered me the dollars I feel undeserved. That's fine. We did get Marchessault. And then what happens? Tarasenko also goes to the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks add big time. And you guys can rip me up in the comments, but I don't think we were in the market for those guys. I think if we want another depth scoring forward, it would be like Thomas Tatar or Victor Olofsson has he had 26 goals. He was a -20, but 26 goals on like a third line role could be good. But you know what? I'm gonna stand pat. I'm not bringing in another roster piece. It doesn't make sense. Shoot me if you want. I'll bring in yeah, so he's a minor scoring forward, Nate Smith. We're gonna bring him in 2 years, 1 year, 850,000. Aiden McDonough. Yeah, Aiden McDonough. Can I give you 2 years? 2 years, 850,000. Perfect. And then defense, I'll give one more contract out to a defender. There's Skinner, there's Anderson. Anderson might be good. We're gonna give Axel Anderson 2 years, no, 1 year, 950,000, because I really want him. Philip Johansson, Blankenberg. 2 year, no, 1 year, 850,000. That's perfect. 4 contracts out. We have all the goaltenders we need. I'm gonna sim to the regular season, and I'll let you guys know what happens. Okay, and we're at the beginning of the new season. I'm sorry for the marathon video. I think you guys will be happy with the results. Let's take a look at these lineups. I'm gonna quickly, don't look, close your eyes. Close your eyes, hold on. We're gonna go to roster moves, because that's the way I like to do it. Goalies, Fleury and Montembeault. No, we're gonna call up, all of them are backups. We don't have an AHL caliber goaltender. Okay, we're gonna call up Allen, and he will be the third goalie, and we'll, no, you can do that. Okay, hold on. Defenseman, 1, 2, oh, we have too many up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Struble is gonna go down, and Blankenberg is gonna go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that's perfect. And then we called up Jake Allen. And then we look at this. We have 5 top 4 defenders. Jack High is now officially listed as the top 4. Caden Cooley is listed as the top 4. Ryan Backer is listed as the top 4. So one of these, I don't like to keep too many players out of role. One of these guys might have to go. So maybe we could have moved up Matheson. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you think we should have. Also, please, shameless self-plug, whatever. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're liking these videos. It only helps me to get a better traction and put out better videos in the future. But you know, this is looking like a great defensive core with right wingers. Armia might find himself on the fourth line or out. No, Waugh is listed as a third liner. Legare is listed as a fourth liner. I want Yelanin up. We're gonna call up those two and send down Armia. I think that's fair. Okay. Left wingers, Marchessault, Carrier, Harvey Pinard, Slavkovsky, and Pizzetta. Nope, we're gonna call up Farrell to see if we can possibly get him in the lineup. And then centers, they already got Smith and Barry Boulay in the minors. That's fine. That's fair. Okay, I'm gonna quickly get these lines set up, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, and the lines are set, and tell me what you think. We got Newhook, Suzuki, and Caulfield remaining as that first line. Because they just did too well for us last season. On the second line, there's big changes. Now, I'm not sure about Yelanin being on the second line yet, and I'm also not sure about him even making the roster. We're going to see how he does in preseason, but we also could flip him out with Sean Farrell and put Sean Farrell in here instead, and maybe do like Slavkovsky, Farrell, Doc. Let me know in the comments what you would rather see, Yelanin or Farrell. I kind of wanted to give Yelanin the starting option because of his defensive metrics that we saw from last season. And then here's the interesting thing. Because he's listed as a second line forward, I did say I don't like to play him out of the role. Sometimes I'll play them one out of the role. So for forwards, I might play a first liner on the second line, because if you play them 2 out, So if I play a first liner on the third line, unless I'm giving him starting line and a lot, like his line, the starting line, and a lot of ice time in the power play and penalty kill, they're gonna get upset. Marchessault might not. He's going to be on the power play. He's probably going to be on the penalty kill. He's going to be the starting line with Joshua Waugh and Brendan Gallagher. So 2 veterans on the wings of this young, fast, talented rookie. It's going to be fun to see what happens here. And then a 4th line of William Carrier, Raphael Harvey-Pinard, and Jake Evans. Now, again, we do find that all of the offers that we were given, aside from the fact we don't need a goalie because we have Fleury and Montembeault in the back, or for Fleury with Montembeault backing him up and Jake Allen as an extra. I'm going to put Allen in, actually. We didn't need a goalie, but the AI seemed to know that Evans and Matheson were both kind of expendable. And yes, on the defense, we'll look, I currently have Gooley and Matheson as the starting pair, or not the starting pair, but the top pair. Forsling and Reinbacher as the starting pair, and then Jackeye and Lindstrom. And Lindstrom did get the edge over Jordan Harris because he just had a more well-rounded, solid season, playing really dependable minutes. So I wonder how he's going to do in a lower role, especially since he gave up a lot of pucks. And that's one thing I have a bit of a concern about, is that both these defenders gave up the puck a lot last season. But we are almost on a 50-minute video as of the time of recording, so I'm probably going to wrap it up here. Jump through the preseason, see what happens. I haven't tinkered with the power play yet. Let's quickly do that. It actually looks pretty good, aside from the fact that I don't see Doc or Newhook here. I do want Waugh up. Let's see on the second line. Okay, there's Newhook and Doc, and they have Reinbacher there as well. So that's actually kind of nice. Slavkovsky. We're gonna put Slavkovsky on. Hold on a second. I don't want to send either of those guys back. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do, I know it's a -1. I'll have to tinker with that a little bit more maybe, but that looks better to me. That looks better to me. I don't want, I'm okay with Yolanda not getting ice time. Who's not? Brendan Gallagher's not getting ice time. That's pretty much it though, because Doc and Newhook are in. So we're gonna give Yolanda the time, because I don't need to give Gallagher too much ice time. Yeah, I think that's good. We're gonna quickly sim through the preseason. I'm gonna jump through it, and then in between videos I'll edit the AHL line, because I said we have some prospects that I really want to give heavy ice time, and as you saw with Slavkovsky, he did pretty good. Oh, Justin Barron isn't in the majors. That's a big change. That's a big change. Hold on a second. Barron needs to play on the NHL roster this year. Needs to. Yeah, he's a top 6 defender. Harris is gonna go down, because he already found himself on the outs. The only way he could find himself up is if Lindstrom gets upset. Quickly, head coach, fix that, because I'll be editing that myself. And then Lindstrom, you are on the outs, as Justin Barron is going to take up that third line pairing. And you know what? That actually makes me feel a little more confident, because Barron was a bit better with the puck than Lindstrom was. So let's see. I'm going to quickly jump through the preseason, and I'll be right back with you before we end this video. Okay, and the preseason is over, and it was not looking too great for us. We did actually have quite a few high-scoring games and bad defensive games, including a 7-3 loss to the Bruins. And I know it's just the preseason, but if we lose to the Bruins in the preseason 7-3, it's not looking good. Fleury is almost listed as an 87, but you look at that 894 save percentage. I think he's going to be good. I still think he's going to be solid for us. Especially if we give him load management and properly play him rather than give him 60 starts. He's probably going to get about 30-35 starts. Allen will get about 20-30 starts, and then Montembeault will get the rest. Unless I split it evenly, 25-25-25 or whatever, 27-27-27. We'll see what we have to do. Marchessault looked pretty good. Yolanen looked pretty damn good. Gallagher looked okay. He's still listed as second line forward. We're going to have to see what his overall is. Newhook and Suzuki and Caulfield did okay. It's just the preseason. And then Joshua Wallace is an 82 overall, high top 6 forward, so that's great to see. 2 goals, 1 assist. I think this team's got it. 9 points for Doc, leads the team. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you really like this video, leave a like down below. It'll let me know what type of content you want to see more of. And if you really, really, really like it, and you're okay with all the changes we made, I don't think we made too many. I think we actually built a really good, solid Montreal Canadiens team with the pieces we already have. Just 3 major additions in Marchessault, Forsling, and Fleury. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out and how this episode did. It's much better than the recording. I'll tell you right now, in the recording that I originally did, I had Stamkos as the second line forward and Marchessault as the third line forward, plus Forsling, and I believe it was Ghost Despair on the defense, and I didn't give Fleury a contract because I forgot. So that was the big driver behind re-recording this, and I do like the way that this turned out better because we have more ability to get our rookies into the lineup. But thank you guys so much for joining me. This has been a blast, and I'll see you guys as we take this new Montreal Canadiens team that we built together on its run probably to the trade deadline, but we'll see how things go. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you guys in the next episode.